Ramachandra Rahuvira Ramachandra Ranadhira Ramachandra Rahuvira Ramachandra Ranadhira Ramachandra Rahurama Ramachandra Parandama Ramachandra Rahurama Ramachandra Parandama Ramachandra Rahunata Ramachandra Jahanata Ramachandra Rahunata Ramachandra Jahanata Ramachandra Mama Bandhu Ramachandra Dayasindhu Ramachandra Mama Bandhu Ramachandra Dayasindhu Ramachandra Mama Bandhu Ramachandra Dayasindhu Rahuvira Ranadhira Rahurama Parandama Rahunata Jagannatha Mama Bandhu Dayasindhu Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rahuvira Ranadhira Rahurama Parandama Rahunata Jagannatha Mama Bandhu Dayasindhu Mama Bandhu Dayasindhu Mama Bandhu Dayasindhu Mama Bandhu Dayasindhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy, what's it called? Ramanavami Eve day. So tomorrow is a wonderful, auspicious day, Ramanavami. We are going to celebrate at our temple. There's a lot of preparation is being made to make this event very special. So those who doesn't know, you will have some surprise tomorrow when you go to the temple to see something very interesting, very beautiful. So look forward for that. So as you saw in yesterday, what we did was just we picked one sloka from Bhalakanda, and then we went on various commentaries on that and tried to relish that particular sloka. Uh, and I thought, rather than getting every no one is here who doesn't know Ramayana story. Everyone knows Ramayana story. That story is not going to change. It's the same old Ravana is going to come kidnap the same old young, not old, young Sita. So it's all the same. Vibhishana is coming. It's all the same. So rather telling the story and also considering we have advanced devotees here who may be interested much more a deeper understanding of Ramayana and just not the story. I thought, like yesterday, we'll do something today also, but it is not just focusing on one story. It's going to be, I think I already presented a part of this one in one of the Sunday class, but I couldn't complete it. And I don't know if I can complete it today either. This is 18 secrets from Ramayana. We didn't complete that. So 18 secrets of Ramayana. I thought we will go through as many as we could today with a recap. If you like, I can do the recap of, if you all have a short memory, that's fine. I can go to the straight to the fourth or I don't know, fifth. I also don't have great memory, so I forgot how many secrets we discussed. Or we can take first few minutes, half an hour or so to refresh what we covered, and then we can continue from there onwards. What would you all prefer? And I'll go accordingly. And I'll just bring the presentation. It's not a big presentation. It just has those 18 secrets. Artha Vishesha, 18 Artha Vishesha. That is what we are going to see today. Let's open the presentation. So as you can all see, hopefully you may refresh or recollect these things. The 18 secrets that's been discussed in Ramayana, this was Sri Shaila Purna, who was a maternal uncle of Ramanujacharya. From him, Ramanujacharya learned Ramayana 18 times. 18 times. Each time he went there, he learned one of the secret. It's not just one of the Kanda and one Sarga he took and said like that. The entire Ramayana was focused on one of the secret. And then he comes back again to Sri Shaila Purna, again entire Ramayana on the second secret. Third time, again entire Ramayana only focusing on the third secret. That's how Ramanujacharya learned Ramayana, right? What just we can just imagine the knowledge and how much we know about Ramayana, as it says that what we know is the size of a mustard seed, right? Ramayana is the Arnavam, it's an ocean. And you just jump into this ocean of Ramayana, we will really get lost because there's so many things in Ramayana that we can learn. In this is my personal realization. I'm just sharing, not anything against with what our teachings are going. I feel that one should seriously study Ramayana, even before studying. Don't shoot me off, but this is my realization. Before even touching Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is Upanishad. So Upanishad means quite a high standard. The language that is there in Upanishads are not easy to understand. When the rishis speaks, that's not understood by us. When the Supreme Krishna, Lord speaks, what are we going to understand from that? But of course, Prabhupada, out of his causeless mercy, made Bhagavad Gita the vacha, the words of Krishna in a much more simpler way for all of us to understand. Therefore, we are safe reading Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, if this book of Prabhupada is not there, then our only hope is Ramayana, because Ramayana is non-different from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Krishna, was enacted and followed. Everything that's there in Bhagavad Gita, you can find something related to the slokas in Ramayana. That's how Ramayana is for. Therefore, studying Ramayana will really enrich our appreciation for Bhagavad Gita. So I totally forgot. I didn't even chant the invocation prayer. So let's start with the invocation prayer. Oh, before that, can I get some sort of a acknowledgement or a vote or something, where should we start from 1? If you all remember 1, 2, 3, whatever the things are, or should, for sure, I don't think we can complete 18 again. That's, we may again come and stop on the same where we did last time. But if you want, we can just go straight into skipping some of this thing. I'm ready. I'm just wanting to keep this as an open forum for you all to help me to how you really wanted this one to be presented. And then I'll start the invocation prayer to prepare myself.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can we have like little bit refreshment from the previous one and then start from wherever you want?
Okay, is that any objection to that or anything? Anyone? There are not many people here, so you all can speak.
I would also agree the same thing, Prabhuji. I think like I missed a couple of the classes. I'm not sure any of this. So.
Oh, this was done. I think this was done last year sometime. I can't even remember. Maybe Ramanavami or even before that. I don't know. Okay, rather than just waiting, I think we'll just go with doing a recap, and then we'll continue seeing the rest of the things over here. Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum Sasivanam Sadbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vigno Pashanti Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yet Kripatamaham Mande Paramananda Madhavam Chintamanir Lokasukam Suguru Swargam Sampadam Prechati Guru Prito Vaikuntam Yogi Durlabam Jnananandam Mayam Devam Nirmalam Spatika Kritim Adharam Sarvavidhyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Kujantam Rama Rameti Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmiki Munisimmasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shunvan Rama Katha Nadam Konaya iti Param Gatim Goshpadi Krita Varisim Mataki Krita Rakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratna Mande Anilatmajam Anjananandanam Veeram Janaki Shokanasanam Kapeshamakshahantaram Mande Lanka Bhayankaram Ullangya Sindo Shalilam Yasokamangim Janakatmayayah Adhaya Tenaiva Dadaka Lankam Namamitam Pranjale Ranjaneyam Anjaneya Adipatalananam Kanchanadi Kamaniya Vigraham Parijata Tarmulavasinam Bhavayami Pavamananandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tattakrita Mastakaanchalim Bhaspavari Paripurna Lochanam Marudim Namadarakshasantakam Manojavam Maruti Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatahatmajam Vanara Yudha Mukyam Sri Ramatutam Sirata Namami Sri Raghavam Dasarathatmajam Aprameyam Sita Patim Raghukulan Vayadatna Deepam Ajanubaham Aravinda Talaya Taksham Ramam Nishachanam Vinashakaram Namami. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mata Ramo Matpita Ramachandraha Swami Ramo Matsaka Ramachandraha Sarvasya me Ramachandro Dayaluhu Nanyam Jane Naiva Jane Na Jane. The ultimate message that drives all of us while we are reading Srimad Ramayana is to come to a point that Rama is our father, Rama is our mother, Rama is our husband, Rama is our friend, Rama is our life, Rama is everything for us. So that is the stage that one has to come by reading Ramayana. In the Ramayana, there are 18 very important Vishesha, Artha Vishesha, meaning a very prominent principles are being taught, called as 18 secrets. The first secret is Tattvam. Tattvam is about absolute truth, because there's always a confusion of who's the absolute truth. Some say there are three gods. Some say uh, Mother Durga is God. Hmm. Some say God doesn't have a form. And some say there is God, but there's we don't know who that is. Anyone can be God, things like that. Therefore, Ramayana teaches very clearly who is it. Param Tattva. Param Tattva. That is Tattvam. Second, in Hita, the means by which one can attain the Lord. There is in Bhagavad Gita, there are different means has been given. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, all those different means have been given. What is that means? Hitam, that takes us to the Lord. And for us to, while practicing, what is that we need in addition or than the hitam is Purushakara. Purushakara means where who is going to recommend us. So that is the third one has been told. And Ramayana also teaches about Purushartham, Artha, Kama, Dharma, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Those are the four things Purushartham has been told over there. Sheshyam. Sheshyam means servitude attitude. How one should be servant. That has been explained over there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Paratantriyam. Paratantriyam means having complete dependency on the Supreme Lord. Kashta. This is 1 degree higher than Paratantriyam. Kashta. And all these things that we are seeing has related personalities and also related many stories. And the 8 is called Artha Panchakam. Artha Panchakam. This is also, I believe, translated. Artha Panchakam has been translated by Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Bengali. So Artha Panchakam. Ankinchanyam. Ankinchanyam is self-inability. Oneself feeling that they don't have a capacity or ability to achieve what they want. Akinchanyam. Ishalabha. Ishalabha means importance for the role of a guru, acharya, a guru's role is being emphasized very much in Srimad Ramayana. Kartartyam. Kartartyam means accepting that the Lord is a complete protector. Kartartyam. And then Vartanam. Vartatam. Vartatam. Vartanam means Rama, how one should be like Rama and how one should not be like Ravana. Vartanam has been explained over there as a 12th secret. Nivasam. Nivasam means living in holy places, wherever the Lord is residing, being close to the Lord. That is called Nivasam. That is also explained over there in Srimad Ramayana. Manudvayartha. Manudvayartha means there is Dvaya Mantra, and number 15 is Gayatri Mantra. Dvaya Mantra and Gayatri Mantra are also explained in Ramayana. That is Manudvayartham. Asastra Rojam, that is where how the atheism is also explained in a way that one should avoid following a bogus philosophy. That is also explained in Srimad Ramayana. Vyasanam. Vyasanam means even a great person will go through distress. How much ever great you are, doesn't matter. One will go through some distress. That has been explained also. Why we have to know this? Otherwise, we may think I am completely situated, well situated. I am not going to get into any problem, no distress, nothing. That is not true. Any great person, you may be, or we may be, we still, Vyasanam means distress will be there. Shashti Kala. Shashti Kala means all the 64 kalas 64 art that has been mentioned in the scriptures are also mentioned in the Srimad Ramayana. So those are the 18 secrets that's been learned by Ramanujacharya, by Sri Shaila Purna, as one of the guru, um, also known as Periya Tirumalai Nambigal, because he was residing on the hill of Tirupati, Tirupati Devasthana over there. And when Ramanujacharya went there, he doesn't want to go to the top because because the Tirumala is non-different from Tirumal, meaning the Lord himself. They're one and the same. Therefore, he thought, how am I going to step on the Lord and go up? So he stayed down and near the hill. And then the Guru used to come down for that reason and then teach Ramayana. He goes back. And the Ramanujacharya goes back and he comes back again. Again, the Guru comes down and he learns and goes. That's how he learned Srimad Ramayana. Ramayana is the best way to learn Ramayana is just not simply by reading ourselves. It is best to hear from those who have read Ramayana. Right? And by hearing from those who read Ramayana, we'll understand the intricacies that's presented in Ramayana. Otherwise, we may skip and keep going. We may think, why, how can Ravana, Lakshmana put Rekha or not? Did this Shabari ate the fruit and gave or not? Why did Rama kill Vali like that? Right? And what are so many questions comes into our mind? When Ravana comes and did he grab Mother Sita and go? How is that possible when he has a curse of Vedavati who told anyone would you touch against their wish in certain mood, then your head will break into 100 pieces. And how did he touch Mother Sita and his head was still stiff and strong? Nothing happened to him. So therefore, there are many details are there in Ramayana, which we'll miss out by just simply trying to use our intelligence to understand Ramayana. Rather, we should submit ourselves to a guru and we have to learn Ramayana in a systematic way. That is how we will understand Ramayana. So with that said, Sat Tattvam is the very first secret. You can just stop me anytime if you like to, if you have any questions after every secret, or you can wait until we finish our entire thing, whatever we cover until 8 o'clock. But you can write down your questions if you have anything. Tattvam is, I'm just going to go through quickly some of these things and then start with something maybe in the third or fourth item. Tattvam is, he is Sriyapati. Sriyapati means he is a husband of Sri Mahalakshmi. Right? When the Jivatma attains moksha, when the Jivatma returns back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha for that matter, we get all the qualities, not all the qualities. There are certain important 8 qualities that's been mentioned. We get those things. And our knowledge will be omniscient. We ourselves can perceive anything and everything. But the Lord preserves certain things which does not give it to anyone, even if you are very close to Lord Narayana, right? One of the things which he doesn't share with anyone is Sri Mahalakshmi, because that is his concert. So therefore, he is Sriyapati. Therefore, we can understand he is supreme. Why is supreme? Because Sri is with him. Therefore, he is supreme. And only one who can give moksha, liberation, salvation. No one else can give. That is also a special quality of Krishna, Sriman Narayana, that only he can give moksha. Anyone else who speaks that they will get moksha will also get moksha to their respective Ishtadevata. But then they stay there for some time and they have to come back again into this material world. But those who decide to never return back and want to have a single ticket, one-way ticket to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, then they have to worship Sri Krishna, Sriman Narayana, Ramachandra. That's the only way there one cannot guarantee not to come back. And another reason why is great, Because Valmiki starts Srimad Ramayanam saying that, can you tell me, Narada Muni, can you tell me one person who has all these qualities, and that person should not be in past, and that person should not be in future, that person should be now present, right now. Sampradam loke. Sampradam loke means Sampradam loke, in the loka, in this world. Sampradam, at this time, who is that person who has all these wonderful qualities? And he lists out 16 qualities. And then also, then we can see that when Vishwamitra comes to Ayodhya and asks for Ramachandra, Dasaratha said, how can I send my son? He's not even 16 years old. He's not even 16 years old. How can I send him? And then Vishwamitra says, my dear king, you don't know who your son is. You don't know who your son is. Aham vedmi mahatmanam ramam satya parakramam. Aham vedmi, I know mahatmanam. Mahatmanam ramam satya parakramam. I know who your son, who Rama is, but you don't know. You go and tell, I only see Priya Mataji in the call. And I go to your Priya Mataji, I go to your father and tell, right, sir, you don't know your daughter. I know her better. He's going to slap on my face. He's going to right slap on my face, right? Throw me out of the house. What you speak nonsense, right? So Vishwamitra is telling, Aham Vedmi, I know in and out of Rama, but you don't know anything about Rama. And Dasaratha become bewildered. He said, how can you say that? He's my son. Right from the birth, he's with me. You just came right now, entering into my kingdom. And you tell, I don't know about my son. Yes, you don't know about my son because you're wearing crown. I know him because I am wearing jada. Jada means that, the tie the hair on the top. You're sitting on the throne. I am sitting on the deer skin. You eat palatable food. I eat roots and dry things. You wear all nice of ornaments. I wear nothing. You're holding sword and I am holding chanting beads. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you cannot understand who your son is. Only I can understand. If you have any doubt, Vashishto api mahat. Vashishto api. He said, Vashishto api mahatejaha. He said, if you have any doubt in what I said, you can confirm with your Kula Guru Vashishta. Because Vashishta and Vishwamitra are enemies. They will not agree to anything. But this one, Vashishta did agree. When Vishwamitra said this particular statement, Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam Ramam Satya Parakramam, Vashishta said, what Vishwamitra says is correct, better you send him. Right? So we can see from that sloka also. And then Mandodari, everyone knows Mandodari. So I'm not going to get into the details of story here, as I already told. We're only trying to see the essence of what is there in Ramayana. So we can appreciate Ramayana more when we read the stories. So when in the Yuddha Kanda, Ravana was killed and Mandodari comes and she says, who in the world can kill Ravana, my husband? Even Yama has dared to come in front of Ravana. Yama is dared to come in front of Ravana. Such a powerful person. Is such a powerful person. Vyaktamesha Mahayogi Paramatma Sanatanaha Anadi Madhya Nidanam Mahattaha Paramo Mahan. And then she turns around and sees someone who's standing there. That was Sri Ramachandra. When she sees him and she sings this beautiful stotra, Vyaktamesha Mahayogi Paramatma Sanatanaha Anadim Madhyam Nidanam Mahataha Paramo Mahan. She just exactly uses many of these terms from the scriptures. Therefore, when we read Ramayana, we are already reading the Vedas, we are reading the Upanishad, we are chanting the Vedic hymns. Everything is there in Ramayana by just reciting these slokas, by reading Ramayana. So that's what she said. He is not an ordinary person. Ravana, I told you earlier that can anyone come to a battle with monkeys? Can you imagine? Now that Russia and Ukraine fight is going on, and then they said that now say Russia is telling, I'm just not siding on anyone. I'm just telling for the sake of telling. Russia is telling, let's gather all the monkeys and attack Ukraine. What is going to happen to Ukraine? Nothing, right? With monkeys, what are you going to do? If someone is coming with monkeys to defeat you, then you should understand who that person could be. Even you just, can we handle one monkey? We cannot handle even one monkey. Imagine of billions of monkeys handled by Rama. Who can handle billions of monkeys? Only God can do, right? We are also like that, so he can do for sure. So therefore, I told you I want you. Then she appreciates Ramachandra over there. Also in Bhagavad Gita, we know that Krishna himself says, Mattaha paratramna anyat kinchit asti tananjaya. Anyat means there is nothing, Mattaha means there is nothing superior, anyat, nothing superior than me. I am the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, is there anyone equal to you? There's no one equal to me either. There's no one equal to me. There's no one superior to me. Therefore, Rama is Param Tattva. Rama is the supreme absolute truth. There's no any question on that one. Otherwise, we can see many stories. Whenever the problem comes, they go to Indra. When we have problem, we go to some devatas. When devatas has problem, they go to Shiva. And when Shiva has problem, they go to Brahma. When Brahma has problem, they go to Vishnu. And Vishnu comes and solves the problem. But the problem is all the devatas, they give their boons left and right. And they get into the problem. And finally, it is Krishna who comes and solves their problem. That is Tattvam. So let's move on to the Hitam. Hitam means what is the mean by which we can attain that Tattvam, Param Tattvam, Paratattvam, Krishna, Rama. And by what means can you attain? Right? We can attain by maybe giving more donation. Krishna, I've given you enough donation. Krishna, you know what? I fasted like Amrish Maharaj. I fasted 1 year, Ekadashi Vrita Nirjan. Therefore, I'm qualified. I will come to you. I know that. Krishna, I chanted 64 rounds, 108 rounds. Therefore, I'll come to you. Krishna, I know 700 slokas and 18,000 slokas from Bhagavatam. I know Isha Upanishad, Nectar of Devotion. I got Bhakti Shastri. Next, I'm going to do my Bhakti Vaibhav. I know I've got all the certification now. Therefore, that is a hitam. Is that the way that we can attain Krishna? Those are all good. But after reading, studying all the certification, gathering all the knowledge, everything, but if we are not coming to the point, I'm hopeless, I'm helpless, then there's no way that we can get to Krishna. Therefore, the only way, the hitam is not through karma yoga, not through any of this yoga system, but only by sharanagati. Sharanagati. Sharanagati means sharanyan, sharangata, and then sharanagati. Sharangata. So there are 3 factors are involved: bhakti, Bhagavan, and bhakta. The same concept is what there in the sharanagati as well. One who surrenders, the act of surrender, and one who accepts the surrender. 3 things are involved in sharanagati. That is why Krishna also Sakrit Eva, not Krishna. Rama says Sakrit Eva Prapannaya. He said, one time you surrender to me, that is enough. I'll accept you. Sakrit Eva Prapannaya. Prapanna means Sharanagati. Prapati. This is called surrender. So you have to just come and tell, one time I surrender to you. That is enough. You don't need to every day morning you get up, Lord, I surrender to you. Lord, I surrender to you. Lord, you don't need to tell that. Just one time you tell, I have surrendered to you. I will take care of your life, rest of your life. If we surrender multiple times, we'll talk about Sharanagati later. But in short, that this Ramayana is also known as Sharanagati Shastra. Sharanagati Shastra. Right from the starting of Balakanda until the end of Yuddhakanda, you can find so many people perform Sharanagati. Sharanagati can be done for various reasons. Sharanagati can be done for wanting of some sari. Sharanagati can be done for sparing one's life. Sharanagati can be done for getting back one's wife or kingdom. For various reasons, one can get perform Sharanagati. But the highest Sharanagati is that Sharanagati where one surrender to the Lord, not expecting anything else other than just wanting to do service to the Lord. That is Hitam, right? That is what Hitam is. Purushakara, Purushakaram. I think we covered this yesterday also. Purushakara, if you all remember still what we covered yesterday, where we spoke about Mother Sita, the glories of Mother Sita. Without Mother Sita's recommendation, we will certainly not be allowed even to the entrance of Vaikuntha. We can't even go close anywhere. So that's why if you go to Tirupati, I'm those who have gone to Tirupati, the right way of going to Tirupati is first to go to there is a Lakshmi's Mandir temple in the on the Tirupati. Tirupati is a place. Tirumala is different and Tirupati is different. Tirumala is the hill. Tirupati is the city over there. In Tirupati, there is the temple of Mahalakshmi. First, we have to go there and seek her permission, and then only we will be allowed to go up to the Tirumala. What happens is that once we go to Mahalakshmi and when we pray, then she immediately sends an SMS message to her husband, my devotee, right? I only see Priya Mataji here having a video on. Therefore, I don't know, maybe anyone else I can scroll and see here. No one else. Very good. So Priya Mataji, my devotee Priya Devi Dasi is coming along with Deepika also, because she just turned out on a video. So both of them are coming over there. So kindly accept them. By the time you, and Sujana Mataji also, I'm sending a third recommendation letter. Please, these three, three Devi Mars are coming, like Bhudevi, Neela Devi, and Sri Devi. These three Devis are coming, my representative. Please accept them. Therefore, one looks like only you three are interested for recommendation letter. No one is interested for any recommendation letter for Mahalakshmi. All right, maybe they already have a recommendation letter. Okay, so they take the recommendation. They don't take she doesn't give the recommendation letter to them, to you directly. She texts. She has a latest 13, iPhone 13. She sends a WhatsApp message saying, hi, honey, these things are coming, take care of them. And then by the time you go up, there won't be any questions. He's not going to ask you, what is your name? What's your last name? What is your kula? What is your gotra? What is your nakshatra? What certifications you have in bhakti? How many fastings you have done? What donation you have given? Nothing. He just sees Mahalakshmi's signature and then lets you in. That is Purushakara. We also saw some stories yesterday, so I'm going to skip those stories and then move on to the next one. Pumartham, right? The fourth one is Purushartha. Okay. Purushartha, correct. Purushartham is Pumartham also. So that is, what is the ultimate goal of attaining the Lord? Why do you want? Some people say, God, I wish I get moksha. Enough is enough. My husband is a torture, right? My children are tortured. If I go to work, my manager, supervisor are tortured. My colleagues are torturing. Life is full of torture. I want to end the torturing life. Therefore, I want to let this life be the last life. My goodness. I thought only outside people are torturing. Inside, devotees are also torturing. They're also not giving extra prasadam for me when I go to the temple. They're telling no extra plate. So life is so difficult. Therefore, I want to attain moksha. So the idea is, what is that we are going to do after attaining moksha? Many people have different ideas. They want to go there and relax in a rocking chair. Rocking chair is a retirement program for them. They can just relax there. Some people think they will be free of all identity. They will merge into that light called Brahmajyoti. They will merge into the Lord, right? And lose their identity. They'll come as you take a salt, a spoon of salt, and put it in the ocean. What happens? Can you go and find the salt in the ocean? We cannot find the salt in the ocean. Okay, what about sugar? You cannot find it. Therefore, some people have this idea, I want to merge with the Lord and lose the identity, one with Lord. But that is not what in the Vaishnava tradition we all follow. That is not what been taught to us by our acharyas and gurus. What we do, what is the purushartham, the purpose of life? What is the goal of our life? Purpose of life is to cultivate bhakti, and the goal of life is to go and continue our service over there, right? Continue on service over there. So, for example, Deepika Mataji, you're here right now, or you're busy doing something, you're hearing, right? Yes, Deepika Mataji. So you've been a teacher, or you've been a teacher. You're a teacher, right? Can you just simply go? Did you get your job of teaching without going through any training? Yes, no. You can nod your head or tell yes, no, or some.
No, Prabhuji.
You got your training done, some certification, whatever is needed
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Oh, why?
Training, certificate, then certification, interviews, everything.
Isn't it too much? Why don't they simply accept you? Why they didn't accept you? If I go to come to your school, will they accept me as a teacher? I don't have any of those qualifications, what you said. They're not going to, right? So this place, this material world is a training period for us. This place is a training period for us. What are we training here? What are we getting trained here? How to do service. How to do service. So the more we do service, the more we become better when we go back to Krishna. As simple as that, right? We should not be shying away to take up services. Rather, we should come forward to take up any services for that matter, considering we are getting trained. Me getting trained to perfect my training here so that when I go meet Krishna, I can serve him to the best, to the best. Therefore, this is called Pumartham or Purushartham. The real Purushartham is what? That when we go back to Krishna, we want to serve Krishna. We simply want to serve Krishna, not to serve Krishna. We want to take service from Krishna. We want to serve Krishna. In the course of our bhakti, what happens is that if you are not focused, then there are high chances we may get deviated from our goal to something else. That is why we have to constantly keep hearing, constantly keep studying, and constantly beg for the mercy of the Lord Ramachandra. If we don't do these things, then we may start in the right spot. Our source may be correct. In our journey as we go, what happens is that since we have hearing is not strong, our studying is not strong, our prayers are not strong, our practices are not strong, what happens is that we slowly turn our route. It goes in a different direction. How can we understand this? Beautiful. When Ramachandra and Mother Sita and Lakshmana, they left Ayodhya. Many of the Ayodhya Vasis, they also came along with Ramachandra, Lord Rama. They also came. They could not get separated from Rama. They also said, we will also come. They also joined Rama. Some of them stayed back who could not come. Some of them joined Rama. And they were also coming. And they did not eat, they did not sleep. They were just crying and crying and crying, thinking about Rama, 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 and Mother Sita. Their goal was only Rama. They all came to Bharadwaja ashram. When they came to Bharadwaja ashram, Bharadwaja is a great rishi. He made such a facility. It's a 7-star, like a 7-star hotel, restaurant, or whatever you can call. So much, which is Yoga Shakti. He created so many facilities and wonderful palatable food items. Drink means fruit drinks, not the other drink. Different types of fruit drinks, different types of sweets, different types of rotis, different types of rice items, different types of sabjis. These Ayodhya Vasis who came there after really enjoying the facilities that have been given over there. And then there was a time came where they have to get ready and go. And one Ayodhya Vasi said over there, he said, you know what? life is better here. Why don't we stay here? Another one has said, hey, our wife and children are there in Ayodhya. Well, don't worry. They'll be all right. If we want, we can bring them over here. They can also have nice time with us. What about Rama? Hey, Rama is supreme personality of God. Why are you worried about Rama? Whether he's far in forest or whether in Ayodhya or whether in Vaikunta, for him doesn't matter. He's God. So let's not worry about Rama. Life over here in Bharadwaj Ashrama is so nice. We don't need to work hard. We constantly getting something or the other. So therefore, we will live here. So we can see that in our devotional service, as we grow in our, as the year passes, without our knowledge, name will come, fame will come, prestige, adoration, everything will come. Prabhuji, you are such a great, knowledgeable person. That's when I will start thinking get myself to be greater than Valmiki. Now I know Ramayana more than Valmiki, or I can sit with Valmiki and chat about Rama's qualities. Or someone is telling, Mataji, you are the great, whatever it is, a cook or a singer or whatever it is. Then we start thinking, yeah, God has gifted. I'm a special soul. I am a Saktivesha avatar of Krishna. I've been empowered to do certain things. So we start thinking, that's how slowly we get into start thinking we are God. First, we will think we are better than other people. Then that things, as it increases, then we'll start, we are better than our Guru. Because Guru doesn't know much. Then the other thing increases. Then we start thinking, what? I'm better than Rishis and Munis. Valmiki, Vyasadeva, Vashishta, Vishwamitra. Then we become much more. Then we start thinking, I am better than God. And finally, we end up saying, I am God. I am God. So we have to be very watchful as we grow in our Krishna consciousness. There are many chances that we will be glorified, we will be appreciated, we will be worshipped as God. Many things happen. People fall at our feet. Many things will happen. But at the time, we have to pass on. That is why we keep telling all glories to Lal Gopal Das. All glories to whichever Das or Dasis. No. All glories to what do we say? Anyone?
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. What we
Shri
do?
Guru and Gauranga.
Shri Guru and Gauranga. Guru and Gauranga. So we pass on all those things to Guru and Gauranga. We do not hold it. Hey, come on. I did the work. Why I have to give it to Guru and Gauranga? It's my hard-earned work. No, everything we have to pass it to Guru and Gauranga, right? Krishna. It's for Krishna and Prabhupada. So that is what we learn from Purushartha, the purpose. And let's move on. There are so many points we can keep discussing on each of everything. But then what we are going to see is 5 and 6 together. So we'll try to go a little fast here. 5 and 6. Sheshyam. Seshyam is servitude. Seshyam and Paratantriyam. We'll see these two things. Seshyam is service attitude. Who else can be better servant than Dash? Come on. Hare Krishna.
Lakshmana Prabhuji.
Lakshmana. So who else can be better than Lakshmana? From the day one, he's been with Krishna. If Krishna walks, it is said by a great Alvar, it is said, he takes all the, he's so aggressive. Lakshmana is so aggressive and passionate about service. He's very passionate about service. He does not leave any service. If the Lord, he becomes a throne, he becomes a lying bed, he becomes a sandals, shoes, he becomes anything. He takes any forms. If there is a service opportunity, he just will be there. Lakshmana will be there. Therefore, we have to pray to Lakshmana. When we all get together tomorrow, first we pray to Lakshmana. So we also get the mood, a little bit mood of Lakshmana, where we can also have some desire to do service attitude. And then I'm going on to next one, Paratantriyam. Paratantriyam is where complete dependency. There is a slight difference between Bharata and Lakshmana. Lakshmana demands Rama, right? He demands for services. He said, I want to do that. I will do that. I will come with you. I will take care of this one. So he's such a personality. Whereas Bharata, whatever you tell me, I will take care of that one. I wish you can come back to Ayodhya, but you don't want to come. That's fine. So what do you want me to do? Rama says, you go back and rule Ayodhya. And Bharata said, so be it. But in Indian rule, it took Padaka and went there. So that is the mood of Bharata. Bharata accepts the services, Lakshmana demands the services, but Ramachandra enjoys both the moods. He doesn't see the one is greater than the other one. He enjoys both the mood. Both are exhibiting Paratantrium. Paratantrium is a very important term that we all have to learn. Swatantra and Paratantra. Swatantra means independence. Swatantra. India got Swatantra in 19 whatever the year is, right? And then America got it Swatantra in whatever the Independence Day is. Like the Swatantra means what? Independent. Independence means you've been released from someone's control. You can act in a way that you like to act. That is independence. Paratantriya means you're still under the control of someone. You don't have independence. You're completely depending on someone all the time, right? So for example, does anyone know when India got its freedom? 1947? 1947?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, 1940, till 1947, we were under the control of British, right? So that means we didn't have Swatantram. We were Paratantra, means we are completely dependent on British, right? After 1947, we got Swatantra, right? But can we do whatever we want because we got Swatantra? No, right? No. So that means what? The first one that I was under the control of someone, it was because of not my liking. I was forced to be under someone, right? After 1947, I myself voluntarily became dependent to someone. Make sense? Even before independence and after independence, we are dependent. The first time was before independence, I was forced to be dependent. After independence, I myself chosen to be dependent. Make sense? That is called Paratantrium. Paratantrium, we ourselves accepting the dependency that we are completely dependent on you, Sri Rama. I cannot do anything otherwise. I'm completely depending on you. That is called Paratantrium, right? So both Rama also exhibited and Bharata also exhibited these two qualities. Next, move on to Kashta. Kashta is one step higher, Paratantrium than Paratantrium. Kashta is many times some devotees are there, right? Some devotees, they very much have a direct connection relationship with Krishna. They will only talk to Krishna. They will only serve Krishna. They will only do anything that related to Krishna, Balaram, Gauranita. But you go and ask for any services, they will not do because they are directly related to Krishna. They are direct. Where Kashta is giving up the direct service of Krishna, right? And taking up the service of devotees, which is considered to be the highest in the bhakti process. When we serve the devotees, that is considered to be much higher than serving Krishna directly. And Krishna himself becomes so very pleased when his devotees are served. That is Kashta. And from yesterday, I don't know, from yesterday or whenever, I might have told this, who is the personality that you remember comes into your mind when we talk about Kashta? Shatrughna. Right? Shatrughna is the emblem of service to devotees, right? So that is Kashta. It is an important philosophy that we all should understand in our Krishna consciousness, right? It is important that we serve deities, but it is also very, very important not to, in this regard, I'll just have to tell one story. When Sugriva and Vali were fighting, right? What did on what basis Sugriva went and fought with Vali? Because Rama guaranteed, you go and fight. You go and fight. I will take care of Vali. And then Vali was fighting, but he was left and right getting from, Sugriva was fighting, but Vali was giving him left and right. He just cannot survive any further. He's pretty much going to give up his life. At the time, he escaped and came back to where Rama and Lakshmana was there. And Rama, would you like to watch this as a comedy show? I trusted you. That's why I went to fight with Vali. But you said you're going to kill him. But you did it just standing here and doing nothing. And Rama interestingly says something. He says, oh, and excuse me, I'm so sorry. I could not differentiate between your brother and you. Come on, he is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is Rama, right? He is saying that I could not differentiate who is Vali and who is Sugriva, and I don't want to shoot you by mistake thinking you're Vali. Therefore, Rama said, Lakshmana, garland Sugriva. And the commentaries gives what is the significance behind this one. It is because Sugriva got the Sakyam, friendship of Rama. So he was thinking to be great, right? When you get a friendship of a president of United States, then rest of the people are tucham, means they are insignificant for you, for us, because we already have a friend. We sit and dine with the I was going to tell temple president by mistake. This temple, not the temple president, the United States president, right? You sit and dine with the United States president, then everyone else, you see them as a blade of grass. Is nothing for them, right? So Sugriva, since he got the friendship of Ramachandra, he ignored Lakshmana. He didn't even care. Lakshmana, did you have your dinner? Did you sleep? Do you need any help? How may I help you? He didn't have one word with Lakshmana. He was so proud of having Rama's friendship. Therefore, Rama did not like it. That's why in the first round, Sugriva got nicely. And then to correct the situation, Rama wanted to make sure Sugriva gets the blessings of his devotee, that is Lakshmana's. Without the devotee's blessings, we cannot get Krishna's blessing. It's very, very important that we can learn from this particular episode. I just remembered this. I just thought I'll share this one as it is very relevant. Next is the eighth secret has been spoken as Artha Panchaka. Artha Panchaka. This is a very important subject matter. There's 5 topics within it. Artha Panchaka means the 5 main topics are: who is the supreme God? Paramatma. Who is Paramatma? Who is Jivatma? After understanding who is Paramatma and who is Jivatma, what is the mean to attain this one? The mean is, as we saw in the number 2, is Sharanagati. And what is the result that we are going to get? That is Purushartha. What is the means? What is the result we are going to get? We are going to go back to Krishna. And after knowing all this 4 things, I know who God is. I know who am I, right? I know Bhakti is the only way. Sharanagati is the only way. These are the 2 things that by which I can attain God. By attaining, I'll get His service. I know all these 4 subject matters. The 5th is very important. We may be a scholar in knowing all those things. I know Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. I know I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. I know the only way that I can connect my Atma with Paramatma is through Bhakti or Sharanagati. I know that after I attain the Supreme Lord, I'm going to serve Him. But what is the problem that you are not able to do? You know all the 4 subject matter knowledge, but what is stopping you to proceed further? Those are obstacles. Those are called obstacles. Right? The enemies that we have within ourselves, right? Many times we don't like, even among devotees, we have favorite devotees, we have a medium favorite devotees. Some devotees, we don't even want to talk to those devotees, right? We have different flavors within our devotee circle itself, right? If you like some devotees, you will give extra jamun, extra samosas. Secretly, you will go and give to the devotee. Sometimes we see this one. I'll be talking to someone. Prabhuji, 1 second, I'll come. And then they will go like this, they will go. You can't see my, if it is in a person, I can show all the actions. Exactly. I'm not exaggerating. They will go something like this and like this go. Either they have some knee problem or some other problem. But the problem is they're hiding something from me and going and giving to someone. Because if I know, I will ask also, right? Where is my share? They don't want to do that. So we have these sort of things. So therefore, this is Artha Panchaka. This is also very well explained in Ramayana. Ankinchanyam is number 9. Ankinchanyam is number 9. So should we continue in the same speed? Is it okay? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So Ankinchanyam is another important thing where an inability or accepting oneself, no other shelter to go, or no other credits that one has. So like Deepika Mataji. Deepika Mataji was appointed into the school because she has the credit. She has all the credit points. She studied, she got the certification, she passed the interview, everything was done. Therefore, she's been given a job to be a teacher, right? So likewise, if we also think I have all the credit points to go back to Krishna, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Ankinchanyam is, I really don't have any credits. I don't have any credits. The ahankara should not come within us, thinking that I know everything, Prabhuji. Why are you keep telling the same thing? Same thing. You know, sometimes, not sometimes, many times you hear Prabhupada's lecture. What is Prabhupada's? Prabhupada's lectures are, majority of the lecture comes back to the same point. What is that point? Anyone knows? Now that we post the Prabhupada lecture clip every day, Gopal Prabhu has been very nicely doing the service for quite some time now. What is that Prabhupada always hammers on? Except other than chanting, you know, what is the other thing? Philosophically. Anyone can say? Think of? Yes, Priya Mataji, you unmuted.
No, I was thinking like, we are not the body, we are the
That
soul,
is,
and
exactly.
part and parcel
Exactly.
of super soul.
Exactly. It's a repeated thing, right? Someone might tell, doesn't Prabhupada know anything else other than this topic on I'm not the body? You go and ask to Prabhupada, he'll give you left and right. First thing he's going to tell, did you realize what I said? So I can tell you the advanced lectures, advanced classes. First of all, you realize what I said. I've been giving lectures, 1,000 lectures of Prabhupada, constantly telling we are not the body, you are not the body, you are not the body. Swasamsi jidani yata vigaya navani granati naroparani. Deginam yata dehin deva. Many sloka after sloka. Prabhupada repeats these slokas. You are not the body. Why? Because we have not understood that we are not the body. That's why Prabhupada knows that is where we have to really teach his disciples. Ankinchanyam, I have the ability, is not good in the path of Krishna consciousness. I don't have. That Vibhishana, when he comes out of Lanka, he didn't go to his wife and family and tell that, excuse me, can you pack? I have a long trip to go to, across this seashore. Can you pack some sandwich and also some, raw organic milk? I also along with me, some 4 of my friends, Rakshasa friends, are also coming. Can you also make a 2-go box for them with the extra samosas? So on the way we can eat and go. He didn't do any of those. He didn't even write a will before coming. He doesn't know whether Rama is going to accept or not accept. But he left Lanka and came to the seashore. And he said, I am brother of Ravana. That means what? He didn't say, I am Vibhishana, the great devotee of Ramachandra. How did he introduce? He said, I am brother of Ravana, younger brother of Ravana. That means what? I'm totally disqualified to be here. He's a papi, he's a sinful person. I am a brother of a sinful person. That means I'm not qualified. If Rama is going to look for any qualification within me, there's nothing I have. Well, why do you want to come here? Why don't you go to some other place? But no one else can give shelter to me other than Ramachandra. Other than Ramachandra. This is called Ankinchanyam. Ankinchanyam. Then Isha Labha. Isha Labham is another important point. The 10th one, Isha Labham, means a role of Guru has been very much emphasized throughout Ramayana, very much emphasized. Wherever, you see the connection that happens right from every junction, you will see someone will play a role of a Guru, role of a Guru. So here is a, well, there was a question asked where when Ramachandra defeated, killed all the Rakshasas in Janasthana, right? In the Janasthana. And then when Sita Devi came to see Ramachandra, and then Ramachandra had some blood, it's called some hurt and things coming from blood coming from his body. And Sita Devi saw that, she became very happy. Can you just imagine, for example, someone, Priya Mataji, if Shobhit Prabhu is coming, is telling, coughing and telling, I'm very happy, Prabhu, you're having cough, you're having headache. may that prolong for long. Come on. You just think, what happened? Are you okay, Priya? There's something problem with you? Did you eat something wrong? What happened to you? He's just going to get on your case, right? When Ramachandra was, the blood were oozing out of his body, Sita Devi smiled. She smiled. And Rama did not get upset about it. He did not get upset because the background is different. Why? When Rama told, I'm going to go to forest, Sita said, I'm going to come. Rama said, you're not going to come. And Sita said, I think my father made a mistake. What? What do you mean? My father thought he's getting me married to a man, but he didn't realize he got me married to someone, actually a lady, who's dressed up like a man. Can you imagine an husband getting something like this from his wife? Indirectly telling, you're not a man, you're a woman, right? That was in the heart of Ramachandra. He was just waiting for an opportunity to show Sita that I am a man, not a woman. So this Janasthana gave an opportunity for Rama, right? Like, when you see the children, sometimes you see a child will be, nothing will happen. Just say, this wire, right? This wire falls on my hand. Mom, Dad. The children will make such a big scene, even for nothing. For nothing they will make, right? Now, mother comes back to the hall, and the child was there. She got a wound in her hand, something she played, and she's small hurt. And the mother is asking, how come you didn't cry? And the child is saying, I thought you are not in the home. You're not home. That's why I didn't cry. So like that Ramachandra, when blood was coming, he didn't wipe off anything. He was just waiting for Sita to come and have a look, that special darshan. When Sita saw Rama, she alingana means she embraced Ramachandra just like that. Embraced him. There's a beautiful commentary on this particular thing, why he embraced and what is the meaning of that one. That thing we'll see later because we have to cover a little more here. Isha Labha. So the reason that I told that story is because in that particular thing, the commentary is given that Lakshmana played a role of a guru to connect a Jivatma, Mother Sita playing a role of a Jivatma to Paramatma, which is Ramachandra. Ramachandra killed all the anarthas, all the enemies of the Jivatma, those the 14,000 Rakshasas. He killed everyone and then accepted the Jivatma. This happened by the help of Lakshmana. Lakshmana played the role of a guru. And Hanuman, as we know, he played a role of a guru as well. That is Isha Labha. Isha Labha. And next is Kartartyam. Kartartyam means completely being dependent on Lord Ramachandra, nothing else. You are not expecting. If someone comes and tells, I will help you, we simply say, I don't need your help. Krishna is there, and Rama is there to take care. How do we learn this Kartartyam? In where we can learn in Ramayana, when Hanuman came to meet Sita, find Sita, finally Hanuman finds out where Sita is. And then as soon as he sees Sita, he says, Sita becomes very happy. And then now Hanuman says, Mother Sita, now that you trust me and I know you, now we know Rama is waiting for you. Climb on my back. I will take you to Rama right now, within few seconds. I'll take you. And then Mother Sita said, excuse me, you know what? I don't want to climb on your back. Hanuman asked, why? What's the problem? Well, what in case when you're going fast and then the Rakshasas are chasing us and you'll be busy fighting with the Rakshasas and I'll fall off in the ocean. Mother Sita, what in case if I fall off in the ocean? Hanuman started laughing because he knows this is not the real reason what she's saying, right? He said, Mother Sita. And then she said, how can I touch a Anya Purusha? You're a Purusha. You're not my, no, I'm only dedicated to my husband. I don't touch any other man, right? How can I touch you? And Hanuman said, Mother, you're my mother. I'm your son. Mother touching her son, no wrong, nothing wrong in that. So that cannot be the reason. Tell me what's the reason you don't want to come now. Then she revealed an inner heart. When I was in Panchavati, a Rakshasa came, he kidnapped and brought me to Lanka. When I am in Lanka, a monkey comes here, he takes me from here to Rama. This is how Ramayana is going to be ending. And what is the role of Rama? What was Rama doing? Having chai and paratha or pakoda, sitting there and eating something? As a husband, he will get a bad name. When he returns back to Ayodhya, people are not going to appreciate Rama that he sent a monkey to bring his wife and he was sitting and having some coffee and tea. By the way, coffee and tea we should not drink. Okay. So he said, oh, this is not going to be nice. Therefore, I will wait for Rama to come and take. I don't want any other help. I'm completely dependent on Rama's protection alone. No other protection. I don't want anyone to save me. It's only Rama who have to come and save me. Kartarthyam, we learn from Mother Sita. Number 12, Vartnam. Vartanam is Charitriam. Charitriam is the character. Throughout throughout Ramayana, we see different personalities having different characters. By learning these personalities, we should also derive those good characters, qualities from them. And we should also avoid those characters, behaviors from bad persons. So that is Vartnam. Because why? We may be having everything in our life, but if we don't have a character, we are failure, right? We may be a great person in whatever the field we are, but if we don't have a good character, everything is lost. Everything is lost. Therefore, rather we don't have any other skills, we don't have anything else. We are not a special person like someone else. But if we have a good character, that itself good enough for us to be successful in our life. So good character plays a major role in our life that we can learn in Ramayana. And bad character can also be heard, but not to be adapted. Not to be adapted. By the way, Ravana is a great personality, very great personality. He is the son of a Brahmana. Therefore, he is a Brahmana by birth. Ravana was a Brahmana. He has read all the Vedas. He is a very fantastic administrator. No one in Lanka was crying like, nowadays we see that in some part of India, they don't like the chief ministers. Sometimes people doesn't like their prime ministers. But everyone in Lanka during the ruling of Ravana, during his period, every Rakshasas were happy. They didn't have any problem. They're completely insured with no problem. He was a great administrator. But one problem he had. One problem. That was lusty desire. Lusty desire. That's the biggest problem that he had. He would not leave any good-looking girls, ladies. He will just kidnap them. That's where he lost. Even though he had everything, the characters were not good. Therefore, he lost. He lost. Right? So that is Vartanam. Nivasam, Nivasam, Srinivasam, right? You heard this name called Srinivas, right? Where Sri is residing in, that place is called Srinivasa. Where does the Sri reside? Mahalakshmi, she resides in the heart of Vishnu, Narayana. Therefore, his name is Srinivas, right? So Nivasa means a residence. A residence, we have to live in a place where the glories of the Lord is being chanted, spoken, and worshipped, and there are opportunities for us to do services. That is where we have to live. If that is not there, we should move out. We should move out from that place and try to be in the place in the association of saintly people. When Rama left Ayodhya, he was just in the place of saintly people. So many rishis and munis. He was just associating with them constantly and hearing from them all he was asking a lot of dharma sandeha, a lot of dharma questions. He was learning from them constantly. That's what he did. And we'll move on to the 14th and 15th. This is going to be a short one because I cannot share many details because this is rahasya, really rahasya. Means a secret which cannot be spoken publicly, right? Manu, this is called Dvaya Mantra, Manu Dvaya Mantra, and the 15th is called Gayatri Mantra. Dvaya Mantra speaks about Mother Sita and Rama, that is Lakshmi and Narayana, together, working together to help the Jivatma to attain them. That is the Dvaya Mantra. This has to be heard by gurus, from the gurus only. Therefore, this is also elaborately there in Srimad Bhagavat, in Srimad Ramayana. And then Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra also should not be chanted like Dvaya Mantra. Gayatri Mantra also should not be chanted publicly. Nowadays, we see people are putting Gayatri Mantra ringtone, right? They turn on that and they keep cooking something. The mantra goes on. Gayatri Mantra keeps on going. None of those things are appropriate. Gayatri Mantra should not be publicized. It cannot be like this. It has to be passed from guru to his disciple, from disciple who becomes a guru to his disciple, that disciple who becomes a guru to his disciple. That is how it has to be preserved and given, Gayatri Mantra. This is also in Ramayana. How? Ramayana has 24,000 slokas. Gayatri Mantra has 24 syllabs. Okay, so after every 1,000 slokas, that particular sloka which starts in that particular sarga will be the letter of Gayatri Mantra, one after the other. Tapaswadhyaya Niratam is the very first sloka in Ramayana. Tat is the very first letter in Gayatri Mantra. Likewise, you move 13 slokas, 1,000 slokas, and hit the 1,000 after sloka, you will find the second letter of Gayatri Mantra over there. And you go to the 3,000, what is that? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And that particular sloka will have the third syllable of Gayatri Mantra. Like the 24,000 slokas which is there in Ramayana is equal to Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra. So there's a Gayatri Mantra. It is called Gayatri Ramayana. So those who are interested, I can share the Gayatri Ramayana, which are the selected slokas, 24, 26 slokas are there. So that is part of Ramayana also. Next is Asastrojanam, Ashastram, Shastram, Ashastram. Shastram is scripture. That which is not scripture is called Ashastram. So one should carefully avoid Ashastram. Many times people, it appears like Shastra, but it may not be recommended in the Shastra. Where do we see this? When Bharata, Vashishta, and other ministers and other gurus, Kaikeyi, Sumitra, Kausalya, everyone came to get Rama back. That time there was one guru also came. His name was Jabali. Jabali. When Bharata begged to Rama, Rama, you should return to Ayodhya. And then Rama said, it is my promise, commitment to my father. Therefore, I will not return. And immediately Jabali, he spoke. He's one of the guru over there, appointed by Dasaratha. He said, Rama, what are you talking? These are all nonsense. Your father is already dead. So what is the point of you keeping up the promise? And Rama said, if I don't keep up the promise, I'll get papa. And Jabali said, what happens if you get papa? Then in my next life, I will suffer. Do you ever remember your previous life, Rama? Does anyone remember their previous life? No. Therefore, there is no previous life. There is no future life. Life is only one time. Live life king size. Steal or borrow. Enjoy your life. Don't worry about paying your mortgage back. Just take the loan, run away and enjoy somewhere. That is the philosophy that Jabali taught to Rama. Rama, oh my goodness, how did ever my father appointed you as one of the saint, one of the advisor? He got really mad at Jabali. And this Jabali philosophy is called Charvaka philosophy. Charvak philosophy is not same what Charvaka says. Charvaka means, Charu means sweet. Vaka means word. Sweet words. What sweet word? Enjoy life. Why you are starving and struggling like this? This is the age that you can enjoy. In this enjoyable age, you're going to the temple on Sundays and you're attending Ramayana and Bhagavatam and all those things and wasting your time. Rather, you can better watch some movies or go to the theater or go to casino, enjoy some nice drink. Enjoy life. Why are you doing all those things? When you speak like this, we get attracted. Oh my God. And sometimes you say, why are you doing service now? Why you want to do all these things? When you retire, you can start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, all those things. Why now? You're too young. You have a lot to do in your life. So when people say like this, that is called Charvaka. Very sweet word. Jabali was trying to convince Rama, but Rama did not hear to his advice. Vyasanam is the 17th one. Vyasanam. What is Vyasanam means? Distress. Distress in life cannot be avoided, irrespective of whether you're a devotee or not a devotee, doesn't matter. We all have to go through ups and downs in our life. There is no one person who lived happy continuously. No one person. And there's no one person who suffered forever. There's always happiness and distress goes up and comes down. That is how this whole material Prakriti is been designed to be. Just imagine if God has created this world without any problems. Everything is Sukham. What are we going to do?
Just enjoy.
Enjoy. Mazak. Mazakaro. Right? Enjoy here. Then we'll not go to temple. We'll not take any process. We don't need to think about surrender, Sharanagati. We don't need to do anything. Just enjoy. Because what? There's no problem. The world is designed in such a way there's no problem. No problem. God is gone. Therefore, there is always happiness and distress. That is always there. Vyasanam. So, even Sita exhibited that. Rama also exhibited himself personally, because that is the purpose of coming into the human form of life, into this human form body, to express that one. Vyasanam. Sashti Kala. Sashti Kala. Sashti Kala means where there are 64 arts. This is a big topic. We will not be able to get into this one again. But it is said that 64 arts that's been mentioned are also there in Ramayana. We don't need to go to all through 64 items here. I'm not even going to get to that point here. But all the art are also part of Ramayana. Fighting art, dancing, way of how one can speak, how one can cheat. All these are different types of art, which is all there in Ramayana. Those who are interested, they can do a research on the 64 art item, right? That Vyasanam part, that one thing I want to mention is the distress part, is that distress will happen to anyone in the life, right? So it's a given statement. But when the deer came, the golden deer, Maricha, came in the form of a deer, it is said that the most matured, intelligent people became immature, and the most immature person became mature. What it means? The most matured, intelligent person in Ramayana is Mother Sita and Ramachandra. When Ramachandra and Mother Sita saw the deer, they became immature because Mother Sita said, I want the deer. And Rama said, my dear, you are very dear to me. Therefore, I'll get you the deer for you, my dear. And that such a matured person became immature. Again, this is our pastime. Don't ask me a question, how can God become immature? We are in a different plane. I guess we are all mature devotees here to understand such um, uh, nectars that comes from the acharyas, commentaries, right? That person who was immature behaved mature. Who's that? Bhaiya, brother, Sita, that cannot be a deer. It must be an Rakshasa. See, none of the deer go close to the deer because they can identify this is cannot, it doesn't belong to their caste. Everyone is, all the animals are afraid of this deer and running away. I'm sure it is a Rakshasa. Why Lakshmana is immature? Because he is such a short-tempered person. If Rama looks at him, he said, let me go kill Sugriva right away. He's always in passionate mode to serve Rama. All he knows is take the sword or take the bow and arrow, kill the people. He doesn't inquire at all. But that immature person became mature over here in the situation, saying that that is not a real deer. So therefore, Tattva, Hita, Purushakara, Purushartha, Sheshyam, Paratantriyam, Kashta, Artha Panchakam, Akinchanyam, Eshalabha, Karatyam, Vartam, Nivasam, Manudvartam, Gayatri Mantra, and then Ashastram, and then Vyasanam, Shashti Kala. These are the 18 secrets that Ramanujacharya he learned from Sri Shaila Purna 18 times, walking all the way to Tirupati and got the essence of Ramayana. Again, each of these items we can contemplate, we can elaborate, we can find a lot of stories in Ramayana. So this could be a tool for you all to take this 18 points or 18 secrets and analyze left and right, top to bottom, each and every pages to find out where are these 18 secrets hidden, and take it and drink the nectar of Ramayana. With that said, it is 8:03. I passed 3 minutes, but if there is any comments, questions, corrections, suggestions, please go for it. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Bharata Shatrughan ki jai, Valmiki Bhagwan ki jai, Ayodhya ki jai. Any comments, questions, corrections?
Thank you, Prabhu, for doing this, all the 18 secrets. Probably, the last one you did, I remember you did 6 in a lot more time. I think this time it was a little bit more rushing through, but maybe you can do it one more time whenever there is an opportunity.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Each of the secrets can be spent on hours together. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it was really beautiful. Very nice, very nicely you explained a lot of things. One thing I just wanted to share that, every time I hear Ramayana, it's every time it reveals some little secret, new secret to I learned and something different and something very interesting. For example, I just learned that Mother Sita did not wanted to go with Hanuman. The reason, and what was the secret behind her not going with back to Rama with Hanuman, is that she wanted, she did not want Ram to have a bad uh, what do you call that,
Name.
bad name when he returns to Ayodhya. So that was something very secretive thing I learned today. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Veena Mate.
Mhm.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Padmadesha Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, whenever we listen to Ramayana, and in fact, this was my personal realization that it's always, we see that Ramayana is a completely different mood. Like it's completely different aura of realization and everything, and something like that which we want to relish more and more. But it's something happened to me sometimes, like when we constantly listen on different other pastimes of Lord Krishna, like his Chaitanya Leela, I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Krishna Leela while listening to the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and all those things like have a different platform altogether when talk about. So if we want to continue relishing all these moods together, like listening Krishna Leela, relishing the Leela of relishing the mood of the Krishna Leela, and listening the Gaur Leela, then listening and relishing that mood, and listening to Ramayana. Well, Ramayana is altogether a different subject, different. Sometimes it looks difficult for me to restrain. I just need some kind of advice from your side. If you want to relish all these moods together, how is it possible? If you can suggest some valuable points.
Yeah, I can just personally tell my experience of, my attraction to Ramayana is because it's more relevant to me, and I can relate the story to me, compared to Krishna Leelas. Krishna Leelas are completely in a different platform altogether. He's a supreme personality of Godhead who exhibit himself as supreme personality of Godhead, whereas Ramachandra did not want to show to the world that he is a supreme personality of Godhead. So he hid that, and then led a pastime in such a way you and I can relate directly our life happenings with Ramayana. But in Krishna Lila, you can't find that one. So as we understand Ramayana more and more and more, then we'll understand our relationship with the Paramatman and with us, and that will lead us to the stage of appreciating more of Krishna Lila, right? Which is then will take us more to the next level of appreciating Gaur Lila. So those are all in a very, very high standards. It's somewhere in the top, which I personally cannot even imagine that thing. So for me, it's a step-by-step process. I want to understand Ramayana and relate that Ramayana with me, and then compare that Ramayana with Bhagavad Gita and see how this both matches together. Then when I understand Bhagavad Gita through Ramayana, then I start appreciating what that step Krishna has taken coming down here to give this Bhagavad Gita. And then suddenly I get attracted and appreciate Krishna very much. When that appreciation comes, Bhagavatam comes into the picture where I can really relish Bhagavatam and the pastimes of Krishna. And then the intricacy, loving exchange among the devotees through Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavata. I don't know if that helps. That's how I see the whole sequence. Personally, this is just every devotees have their personal way of realizing God, realizing themselves. So I'm not telling you have to do this one. Since you asked this one, I'm just sharing my way of approach. That's all.
That definitely explains, Prabhu. Yeah, and definitely helpful, Prabhu. Yeah,
There,
that is
there,
something.
there could be, but there could be devotees who are not of my level and lower level. I'm not telling Ramayana is lower, by the way. That's not the message here.
I
I would
understand.
never, I would never put Ramayana lower and that is greater and this is less. Not like that. But it's easy to get into it, Ramayana. That's what I'm trying to say here. Right? Prabhupada also says that we also hear from devotees that Bhagavad Gita is ABCD. And then what is it? Bhagavatam is a bachelor degree. And then Chaitanya Charitam is doctorate or
Okay.
master's of doctorate, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean Bhagavad Gita is not useless. Bhagavad Gita is a stepping thing. If you don't know alphabet, you can't even go to bachelor's and master and get doctorate. Like that, Ramayana is for me to help understand Krishna and appreciate his leelas and etc.
Got
And
it,
but
Prabhu.
someone could be not in this level, someone already in a higher level where they can directly enter into 10th canto directly because they have some sukruti, special blessings of Krishna. They can go into 10th canto directly. But I am not in that position. That's how I see myself. Thank you, Padmadesha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can stop at 8:15 if anyone wants to speak anything. Otherwise, we can close.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It was a very nice speech today also, like the others mentioned, and I also learned so many things, Prabhuji. So I have one quick question, Prabhuji. I mean, it's related to
Are
this.
you Sujana Mataji? Sujana Mataji,
Yes,
are you
yes, Prabhuji.
are you calling from dialed in from Vaikunta? I'm getting echo. Like
No, Prabhuji. Maybe I am in a separate room. That's the reason. Is it okay now, Prabhuji?
yeah. Go ahead and call. Ask your question. If I know, I will tell.
Okay. So why does Narada always chant Narayana, Narayana, Prabhuji? Why, I mean, like, wants Narayana? Why he won't include the Sri in that prefix, Prabhuji?
The same question came yesterday, I think, also. But here's the thing: doesn't in the mantra, Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat. I'm not telling the Pranava mantra, therefore I can say this one. When the Pranava mantra comes, then we should not be sharing these things directly, publicly. So you can see that Narayana, Vasudeva, Vishnu, right?
Vishnu, yeah.
Vishnu, Vasudeva, Narayana. That which is placed in the first, I think I told this yesterday also, that which is placed in the first plays an important role. It is very special. Therefore, Narayana Nama is greater compared to any other Nama in that mantra that I just chanted, right? Vasudeva,
Okay.
and yes,
Okay.
right? In that particular mantra I'm talking about. Now that don't extend this question into what about Hare Krishna mantra and that one. Let's stick on to the question here. So Narayana is a special mantra, special name of Lord. Ayanam, Nara Ayanam, one who is a resident, one who becomes a resident for the Naras. Naras means human, right? Also, it means that a ocean where everyone can reside, be in that ocean. There are many great explanation is given for Narayana Nama. Therefore, Sri is also included within Narayana. There's not even if you whether you're saying Sriman Narayana, Sri Narayana, or you're not adding Sri, doesn't matter. She is already part of Narayana. She's present there, but it is not directly told. It is indirectly she's there. When you say Sriman Narayana, she's been addressed directly. When you say Narayana, she's also there with Narayana Nama, but she's indirectly present there. Therefore, there's nothing wrong in saying either way. I didn't have much time yesterday to explain this to Sujata Mataji when she asked this question, but since you asked now, I thought I have to explain this one.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
One last question or comment? Okay. Thank you all. Where is Ramacharya Prabhu here?
Prabhu, I saw him leave a little bit back, Prabhu.
Okay.
Sometime back. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make the announcement that tomorrow's Ramanavami. Please do come and in person invite. We have heard Ramayana so much now, or whatever little bit now so far. We've been talking about Rama. Therefore, Ramachandra, along with Mother Sita, Lakshman, and Hanuman, have arrived to St. Louis in a deity form from Kumbakonam.
Haribo!
Yes, from Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu, India. They have arrived and they are going to be present tomorrow in our temple, and there will be Abhishekam also. So kindly please come to welcome them and then have a wonderful time tomorrow at the temple. Please do come and bring your friends and whomever you want to bring. And let's pray to Ramachandra that we get a little bit of mood of Lakshmana, Hanuman, and Mother Sita, Bharata, and Shatrughna to get engaged in the service of Sri Ramachandra. Thank you all very much. Please forgive me for any offenses and thank you for tolerating me. Hare Krishna. Good night. Oh, Ramacharya Prabhu's conclusion. Vancha kalpatarudhyascha kripa sindhu bhavivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Kodi Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Ramacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna Balaram Nitai Gaur Nataraj ki Jai. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Bharata Shatrughna Ayodhya ki Jai. Valmiki